Good day, everyone. Good morning. My name is Idowu, Tanidabioluwa, and I am a 400 level law student of the University of Lagos, and I am a virtual intern at HARLEM Solicitors. And today I'll be taking you through a very engaging lecture, which is an examination of the elements of copyright. Now, the World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO, has defined copyright as the legal interest that a creative has or can harness over his works. And it is pertinent to say that, copyright is enjoyed by a creative in form of reproducing your works, distribution of works, public performance of such works, display of the works in public, and so on. And there are certain works that can be protected and cannot be protected. Now, some of the works that can be protected are artistic works, literary works, musical works, photographic works, advertisements, commercials, and so on. And works that cannot be protected are ideas and expressions. They come and they go. It's something that can easily be forgotten, and it is not in a fixed form. It is not something that is in a material form. If it's an idea that is typed down and stored in a disk, it's something that can later on be protected, but it is not fixed. It is in your mind, and the law cannot literally see through your mind, or they can't tell what you're thinking. You have to tell the world what you're thinking through expression of your works or your ideas, through literary works and so on. Now, also, facts and information are things that are accessible to the public, so they cannot be protected unless you have a manner in which you relay such information to the public. For example, as a chef, I have a particular way of creating how to prepare jollof. And now in writing the measurements, in doing all of that, I've taken time to express myself and to, maybe make jokes or to just give a very interesting narrative on how to prepare jollof. Now that expression itself, or that curation, can be protected under the law or under copyright now, as the case may be. Now, moving forward, I need to establish that there are two elements of copyright. One, originality, and the second is fixation. Now, what is originality? Does originality mean that the work has to be new? No. I mean, even in the US jurisdiction, it says that the work doesn't have to be new or novel. It's only when it comes to patent, with regards to patent, that the requirement is newness or novelty of such idea, of the invention. It has to be new. It can't be something that, was tweaked or so. It has to be new, something that is not in public domain, or in the industrial sector. And okay, now going back to originality now. In originality, for your work to be original, it has to be an independent creation, and there has to be creativity expended in such work. Now, what do I mean? For you to claim entitlement, or for you to be entitled to an original work, if you copy a work from someone, you cannot claim copyright on it. For example, if I love a poem so much, I have a poem that I love so much, and then I come forward, or I memorize the poem, and then I come forward to write the poem down on a piece of paper, and then someone else comes and sees it and makes a photocopy of it and starts to distribute it, I cannot get angry, and I cannot come and claim copyright over what is not mine in the first place, because I have copied the work verbatim from someone else. So it is not mine to begin with. The author can come and claim copyright over the work, but I cannot. So there's no way I can bring an action on someone else that is just, doing the Lord's work to make photocopies and distribute, another author's work. Now, another thing the law requires is that creativity doesn't have to be so much, but a modest amount, of creativity to show or to take the work away, from whatever it was before, or maybe it was an idea that you tweaked. For instance, people come a lot to me and say, oh, can I see a photograph on Instagram and recreate it. If you take time to produce it in a style that is your own, or is something that is peculiar to only you. For instance, as an artist, maybe you produce it in an abstract form, you put it on canvas, you add a bit of color, you change the variation of or the the contrast, then you can claim copyright, because you have extended time, you have spent time to create the work in a manner that is peculiar to you. So you have satisfied originality in terms of creating a work that is independent from someone else, that is not someone else's own. You did not copy anybody, and you have expended creativity on the work. So you have satisfied the element of originality. Now, what do we mean by fixation? It's as simple as putting your work down in a material form. Your work cannot be in transient form. You cannot just put something on sand and scribble something on sand, knowing fully well that there is a tendency or a possibility for wind to come and blow the work away, and it will not be there anymore. But if you put something on sand, a drawing or a sculpting or whatever, or a caricature, and then you take a picture, you save it. Mere taking a picture is already in a material form, and then you can claim copyright of such work because it is fixed. Now, it could also be in writing, it could also be in, a painting on canvas or stored in a disk. So those things have satisfied fixation. Now, in taking us back or going over it, we have established that, copyright is the legal right that a creative can harness over their works. We have also established that there are two major elements of copyright, which are originality and fixation. And then, I've added that, as a creative, when you have copyright, you can reproduce your works, you can distribute your works, you can, so those are what the benefits of having copyright are. Now, let me give a brief example before I round up. As an artist, I am an artist, and now this is my work, or one of my works. Now, I'm not able to put the whole thing on the screen, or because it's a large piece, but I must establish that this thing was an idea before I put it down on canvas. If it remained in my head, I cannot claim copyright for it. But once it's on canvas, it is in a fixed material form, and it is something that is original to satisfy the elements of originality and fixation. And now I can come under the law and claim copyright over this work. Now, I hope you've been able to understand what I've been saying, or what today's lecture is all about. Thank you so much for taking out time, to watch this lecture, to watch this video, to listen, and I hope you have been able to learn. For more information about our firm, HARLEM Solicitors, you can visit our website, www.harlemsolicitors.com. You can also visit our Facebook and our Instagram, HARLEM Solicitors. Just type HARLEM Solicitors and the page will come up. And last but not the least, you can visit our LinkedIn profile. There's so many, pieces of information there for you at your disposal. And also there's we have a fair coming up on the 26th of July. That is next week, Monday. And I assure you that it promises to be an exciting session. Our principal partner, Babatunde Lawal, will be taking us, on telecommunications law, and it promises to be exciting. So please do tune in. So thank you once again for taking our time to watch. Do have a lovely day. God bless.